Hi Giridharan, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay. Can you
Uh,
tell us something about yourself?
yes, I am Giridharan. I had a 1 year experience in manual testing on the web-based applications.
Mhm.
So my roles and responsibilities to ensure the quality and functionality of the software by executing test case and test scenario, and reporting the bugs, tracking the defects, and verifying the fixes. So I had a strong knowledge in test
Okay.
methodologies, and I have passionate to deliver a quality product to the end users.
Okay. So which test case management tool you are using? Do you write test cases? And so in which tool you are writing test cases?
So, so in the Excel sheets,
In Excel
currently
file. Okay. Okay.
Excel sheet.
And which tool you are using to file defects?
Jira tools,
Mhm.
Jira tool is
Jira you are using. Okay. So how do you,
using.
yeah, how do you create the defects in Jira? How do you log defects in Jira? Can you tell me step by step procedure?
Okay, sir. First of all, uh, create user story in sprint backlog, and after I posted where which one was defect,
Hmm.
uh, and create and put priority and severity, and to assign that the defects to the developer.
Hmm.
So developer verified, and they are verified they verified the defects, and fixed and give that to me, assign to me, and I retested that bug, and after I conduct retest, if the bug is really fixed,
Hmm.
I convert the days have passed. So the bug is not fixed. I resend to the developer.
Okay. Okay. So in Jira, when you log the defect, so you would be creating the summary of the defect, summary of the ticket, steps to reproduce, in which environment it is coming. You might be attaching a screenshot or a video, logs file,
Oh,
right? You will
yes,
be
sir.
mentioning expected result, actual result. Then you will be mentioning in which particular sprint it will be fixed, right? So those kind of factors you have to mention in the Jira when you file a defect. Then when it comes to defect lifecycle, then you have to explain that when you raise a defect, it's a new state. If it has been fixed, it is coming in the fixed state, then you might reopen it or you might close it. So that is a defect lifecycle. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what is the what is the difference between verification and validation?
So verification is to verify the documents of the software, sir,
Hmm.
by review, walkthrough, and inspection. Validation is meant to validate the software by conduct testing, sir,
Hmm.
like system testing, functional testing, non-functional testing. So to validate the software is the validation. So verification is to verify the documents.
Hmm. Okay. Do you when you write the test cases in an Excel file, do you get it reviewed by some other team members, or what is the process of testing?
Okay, so I first of all I verified the derive the scenario,
Hmm.
and I discussed with my colleagues and the TL to write the test cases, and then after I write the test cases, sir, which as per the scenario.
Hmm. So, do you get it reviewed by your peer members? Is there a peer review kind of a thing happening?
Yes, sir, definitely, sir.
Okay, okay. So, can you give me an example, like you wrote 10 test cases, and in test case review you found one or two more scenarios, or how was test case review actually helping you? So, can you give me some side of some storyline or some example on that line?
Yes, sir, sure. But first of all, I had one 10 cases. To first of all, I verify the scenario, and test cases are written perfectly or not, verify the test case as per the documents. Then I contact I discuss with my team, and after I look into the test cases, it will perfectly, and then I contact testers.
Okay.
If some
Yes, please go ahead.
if some cases are very hard to execute the test, I have to execute the test. So I ask help to my colleague, and after I conduct the test.
Okay, so that was the incidents when you took help from your colleagues, right? But is there any sort of scenario, or is there any sort of storyline that you would like to come up with when the test case review actually helped you in the process, right? So let's say if this kind of question is asked you in a real-time interview, so what you have to tell is you can take an example of any one functionality. For example, I'll take an functionality of login page, and I'll say I wrote 15 test cases. When I went for test case review, one of the test data I had missed for one of the test case, right? Maybe boundary value analysis I had to keep in that approach, so it would have been easier for me. So that I missed, and in test case review it was caught, and that's why when actually we tested it with that kind of test data during test execution, so bug was caught. So that's how you have to tell the storyline, right? In a real-time interview, somewhere around these lines, right? If someone is asking you to share your experience on test case review, or you can also do it vice versa. For example, there is one more fresher who is working with you. He or she came to you with their test cases, and then you identified some gaps in those test cases at the time of your review, and then you helped them with the updating of the test cases, and then ultimately they found defects. So that's how you have to tell the storyline. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, now there is a website, okay, that is helping your client to order food online. Now, how will you approach testing this particular website? How will you test this particular website? What will be your test approach? What will be your testing strategy?
Okay, sir. First of all, I log into the application with the user ID and the browser with the valid user ID and password. So and then I, sir. Hello?
Yes. I am listening to you. Yeah.
First of all, I starting so logging into the web page. I type whatever, because in food delivery I type. I'll take an example called any like order something, and then the product is perfectly viewed or not. I checked that one, and then I ordered the food I ordered that food. And I need to also verify that when I ordered the food is correctly in this pay. Verified cross verification after I pay through Google Pay or and then I order. So I have to verify that ordered food, the same food is to in the delivery.
Okay, so these are the high level test scenarios that you are telling. Right. Now, what will be your testing approach? What will be your testing strategy? How will you test this kind of application?
First of all, I verify the login functionality is working or not. Then I order.
Yeah, so those are test scenarios, right? Those are test scenarios. You will verify login functionality, you will verify payment functionality, you will verify ordering food, you will verify selecting the food, you will verify the search option with respect to food, with respect to restaurants. with respect to location, with respect to snacks, with respect to breakfast, lunch, dinner? Is it showing you those kind of dishes and all those things? Those are test scenarios. What will be your testing approach? What will be your testing strategy?
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. How to approach that? Okay.
How to
First of
approach?
all,
How will you test? Yeah.
how will you approach it?
Hmm.
First of all, I that I ordered the food, typed the name on the application in a search bar. And after I enter the click enter, then the particular food products are viewed or not. So that is a test approach. Then I sorry, I don't know how to tell this.
No worries. You can give it a try.
Okay. I ordered the food into the cart, and after I delete after I cross verification and then order the food is valid food or not. So these are the test approach and test strategy. So I use this terms of testing methodologies like methodologies like sorry.
See, I'll keep it very simple for you, right? Test strategy. What is test strategy? Okay, in when you are watching matches in IPL, there is a strategic timeout. Do you watch IPL matches? Right? There is a strategic timeout after 10 hours in which the team is collaborating and they are coming up with some sort of strategy. If they have to pick up more wickets, so they will make some strategy that 11th and 12th over will be bowled by this bowler. If they have to make some more runs, then they will identify, okay, out of two batsmen, one of the batsmen will be hitting fours and sixes boundaries, will be targeting boundaries, and one batsman will be just rotating the strike, right? So test strategy is what? It's actually a very high level strategy, means how testing is to be carried on the current project, right? So when you have to do strategy testing, so how will you identify like which kind of devices you will use for testing? What kind of is, if it's a web application, so which browsers you have to do for testing? How many concurrent users you have to consider for testing, right? If they tell it's a web as well as mobile based, so you will go for Android, iOS. In web again, you will confirm with the client which all browsers it is supporting, which all versions of the browsers it is supporting, right? Now coming to the test approach. When it comes to test approach, so what is the scope of the testing? So you have to ask the client that you will get the information from the requirement documents, right? What is the scope of the testing? How many foods are available over there? Is there just a Chinese menu related application? Like you can just order noodles, fried rice, or it's mix of all Punjabi food, South Indian, all those things are there, right? Then who will be working on which part? Like who will be writing test cases? What would be the if you create any checklist document, right? How will you identify the test cases for smoke testing, right? Every day whenever you get the build, nothing should be broken, so you will do some sort of regression testing. So test approach, you will be identifying what all things you will be doing for manual testing, what all you can automate it, as something is repetitive every day, so then you can consider it for automation, right? So this is how you can explain in an interview. Is it clear now?
Okay. Clear.
Okay. Okay, now which are the challenges that you are facing? You don't have to tell the actual project details, but just tell me high level challenges that you are facing in your project.
Yes, sir. Because now I am in work from home. I face a lot of challenges on a daily basis. First of all, I completed my training, and after I entered into the project, so I my mind is very blank. So I don't know how to test because because there is a space between me and my colleagues because I made my work from home. In office, we started a conversation with my colleagues and to take the to conduct the reviews and test the test cases. And after I execute the test, so I execute the test. But in work from home, I face a lot of challenges. And after I struggled to and fixed all the struggles. Uh, my main struggle is to speak with the client. So the client meeting, my team leader and my colleagues are all are you are the you who take a call from the client. You speak to client because I'm not you get a more exposure to how to speak convince the client. I face challenges the client how they want the project, what are the steps they are interested. I learned a lot of things from that stuff. So that was I face challenges. When I conduct a test like smoke, smoke test, sanity, and integration test, during the integration test, I faced most challenges because the integration test, first of all, I work on financial and investment models, investment domain. So I faced one issue called when the in accounts model, I added this something called as per the customer requirement in name field with accept in a functional test. Name field I accept that only alphabetic order, but it accept numeric values and symbols also. So I converted to the test to the bug to developer. The developer has fixed, but it comes under the reports and schedule model. So during the integration test, it was my task. I faced this issues. This is my challenge.
Okay. So whenever you get this kind of question in a real-time interview, right? So what you have to answer is you can tell the generic challenges like the requirements for one of the story got updated. So again, you have to update test cases, right?
Yes, I
Or,
also.
yeah. Or you are facing one challenge while doing concurrent testing for more number of users as the screen on which you are supposed to test. Before that, there is another screen which is coming up and that itself was not working. There was a major bug in that screen. So these kind of challenges you can highlight, right? Work from home, work from office kind of things. It's fine because the new company, you are not sure whether they will be allowing you to do work from home or work from office. And if you will tell that you are
Yes.
working from home and you are facing these challenges, then they will ask you to come to office and do work from office, right? So
Okay.
so it would again it won't give a good impression, right? Actually, companies should feel like the employees wherever they are working, whether they are working from home or whether they are working from office, they are giving full 100% of output productivity to them, right? And let's say if you tell you are facing work from home challenges, then interviewer can also ask you, can you not connect with your team members on MS Teams or Skype or some kind of chat conversation messengers that we all have, right? So you can use those tools for effective communication, right? Then again, you won't be able to answer those questions. So it's better to avoid telling things like work from home or work from office and tell real-time challenges, test cases updations, about defects, right?
Right.
Right. So those kind of things you can tell. Okay. Can you tell me any one of the defect that you have found in your project for which you got acknowledgement or you got some appreciation from your manager?
Yes, I not get an appreciation from manager, but I get an appreciation from my teammates. So I found a bug on the first day, first time, because that in a bank model, the list of the banks are not clearly clearly found out. So I got my that bug. I find that bug, and so my team and all members are get appreciated on the first day. On the first day, because this is not a big bug, but I find that in the first day, so I got appreciation. Afterwards, I continue with progress.
Okay. How do you keep yourself updated with the latest tools and technologies that are coming up in the market?
Yes, so I learned automation tools like Selenium with Java. I learned, but not in practice, sir. So I have to practice the Selenium with Java, and also I need more practice in Jira tools. Also, I always start to learn Python with Selenium, because nowadays Python is most important important software in the developing team. So Python with Java is also important. And then next one is APM tool, like that tool is also I want to learn this.
So you were mentioning about some APM tool, right? What is APM? APM, what is the full form of APM?
I don't know full form of APM, but this is a right to test data and test cases on that to run, always you can store in that software.
So APM. So A stands for Arunachal Pradesh, P stands for Punjab, M stands for Mumbai. So that is APM tool that you are using, right?
No, sir.
Mhm. So which tool you are telling about?
FPM, there's a tool to store in my colleagues. They are telling the tool, sir, but I not know that.
Okay. Okay. So Giridhar, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, sir. I have one question, sir.
Mhm.
I applied a lot of interviews. Lot of requirement in Indeed, and also, but still I can't get any call from the recruiters.
Mhm. You're not getting calls, or your interviews are not getting cleared?
Oh, sir, I'm not getting any calls, sir.
Okay. That's so one of the reason can be that there is Selenium automation that is missing in your resume, right? At least you should have some basic knowledge of automation, right? And API testing.
Okay.
Those two things are important, right?
Okay.
Anything else?
No, sir. No.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
watched your YouTube videos, sir. It
Yeah.
is very helpful to me.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
keep
so much.
posting videos
Sure. We'll
regarding to interview, and okay, so and how to and posting videos like how to, sorry, sir.
yes.
And keep posting how to crack the interview for
Hmm.
the software test and automation tools. What are the new tools available in the market? What is the important tools to learn? So this kind of video is very helpful to me.
Sure. Noted. So
Okay.
we'll post.
I okay.
Yeah.
And thank you for taking the mock test for me.
Yeah. Thank you to
Because
you.
I now uh,
Yeah. Thank
now
you.
now I reduced the fear to operas, because my communication is very
Yeah.
low.
You
So I
so
try
don't
to
worry,
improve
you
my.
will have to improve on your communication a bit, right?
Mm.
Rest all looks good, right? And focus on scenario-based questions.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much and wish you all the best for your
Thank
career.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.